lovely one today. It's the last day of August. We're heading into September already. I can't believe it. In a way, I can believe it, because this was definitely the longest summer of my entire life. Oh my goodness, as I've talked about many times, the heat was just unbearable at points this summer, and it made my job very difficult. But hopefully we're coming into the fall, and the weather gets a little bit better for dog training and human beings alike. Just got back from a little vacation. My wife and I went away for our anniversary. We went up to Ottawa and hung out there. Great time. Maybe I'll post a couple clips on my Instagram from our time out with the dogs. And back to regular work life this week. Sorry, didn't get a video out last week. There was just too much going on, so we actually got a couple-week gap between videos. But today I'd like to talk about why I don't use treat pouches. Like, what is the issue with treat pouches? Why do some people use them and some people don't? So yeah, let's have a little chat about treat pouches today. One of the things that I've talked about in my videos, I did a video on marker training, which some people will refer to as clicker training. Clicker is just a tool for marker training. So if you're saying you're clicker training your dog, you're marker training with your dog, and you're using a clicker as the marker. But a lot of trainers just use a verbal marker, like the word yes. And lots of arguments in the community over whether to use the clicker or whether to not use the clicker. But one of the arguments against verbal markers is they're not the same. Like, you could sound frustrated one minute, and it could change. They're saying, like, people that are making the argument for the other side, they're saying this could affect the way the dog responds to you, in the terms of the way you say your marker, where the clicker is always the same. Okay, so what the hell does that have to do with the treat pouch? Well, basically the argument that those people are making is that depending on how you say the marker word, it may affect how your dog responds. If you sound frustrated or happy, it could affect the way your dog's responding, where the clicker's the same every time. So I guess my point then is just putting on a treat pouch, because I have some clients that use treat pouches. I'm not against a treat pouch. Like, if you want to use a treat pouch, be my guest. But time and time again, I've seen my clients' dogs immediately respond differently. As soon as they put that treat pouch on for training, the dog responds differently right away. Now they know there's food in the mix. Now they know there's something that they should be working for, that they should be paying attention for. And my clients will say, as soon as I get into training mode, my dog, he's so smart, he just pays better attention, he knows exactly what I want. He's paying better attention because the treat pouch came out, and he knows there's some food. I'm not a no-food trainer, as I'm sure all of you have seen in my videos. I still work with food with my dog sometimes. I like using food. Food's a great tool. I'm up for using Ollie, chickpea, any tool that's going to assist us in dog training when used properly. Just the treat pouch, to me, right away, it produces a different result with the dog. Right away. So, I mean, if you're always going to have your treat pouch on, like that's going to be a thing that you do, then that's cool. Use your treat pouch. But I don't want my dogs responding a certain way just because they think, like, oh, now we're in a certain mode. I'm a huge advocate for, like, integrating your training into everyday life, like just using your sit stay or your down stay or your place command or whatever it is you've taught your dog. The reason I taught my dog all this obedience was to integrate it into their daily lives. So I guess what I'm suggesting is that the moment you pull out that treat pouch, you've created sort of this artificial, like, now we're in training mode. And I don't want my dogs to just respond because I have a treat pouch on or the treat pouch is off and they don't respond the same way. As I just said, I use food in training, so what do? I just stick it in my pocket. I like to put the treats in my back pockets, and I even change which pocket I put it in. I've noticed that, if I use my right pocket and my right hand to reward, here's an example, like when I call the dogs in, Sometimes they'll be crooked to my right side because they know I'm going to reach around for the treat. So if I vary even the pocket in which hand I deliver the treats with, it'll clean some of that up. But you'll even see that kind of stuff where the dog is crooked towards where the treat's coming from. And if you're using a treat pouch, I would say one piece of advice is just tuck the treat pouch directly behind you, like the way I do with my putting treats in my pockets, my back pockets. But as soon as you put the treat pouch on, they know they're going to act differently. Yeah, does that stink up my pockets? Yeah. I mean, I use the little Zooks treats. I tend to use little tiny training treats like that. I don't use things like chicken or chicken wiener or cheese. I'm for that stuff, but like my dogs respond well to the training treats that I use, and they don't kind of muck up my pockets. For clients that do like to use a little bit of chicken or chicken wiener or cheese, something like that, I'll just tell them, put it in a little baggie, like a Ziploc bag, and just leave it open in your pocket, but then you create sort of a pocket liner so your pocket doesn't get disgusting with cheese and stuff like that. Anyway, that's my 2 cents on the treat pouch, how it can affect training, why I don't personally like to use a treat pouch, why I just like to throw some treats into my pocket and go. Then my dogs never know. My dogs don't know. They can't tell. Pockets are the same every day. They don't know if there's some goodies in those pockets, if I don't have treats. So they respond the same way regardless. And because I'm a fan of just integrating the training into daily life, I want my dogs to respond. Maybe I'm out with them and I didn't put a treat in my pocket that day and I need them to down and wait for me while I go and buy a drink from a store or something. So yeah, I just prefer to do it a different way. If you like your treat pouch and it gets you in the mood for training and gets you all set up and gets you in a good mindset, then be my guest. Just be aware that your treat pouch may be affecting the way your dog's behaving at that moment if they know that there's rewards in the mix. Anyway, I'm going to finish my walk. It was lovely along the escarpment today, and hopefully you get out to train with your dog. And until then, I'll see you in the next video.